What's up, guys and gals? I've decided that I'm going to give this another round. I wasn't pleased with the way that we played through the last time, and so this time on Ghostship Aftermath, this should be episode number 4, I think. I'm also going to try and get the sound levels EQ'd out, because apparently my preset is like deafening people and causing mass ear bleeding. And so the preset worked for like every game I've ever done except this one, and so I'm thinking it's whatever effect they added to the announcer's voice that's just making people be like, ah! And like bleed out of their eyes, so I'll try and fix that too. Let's go ahead and get going, because we've seen most of what's going to be coming in this first little episode. The differences are going to be subtle. Hopefully we don't get the same storyline. Let's bounce.
Okay, I am running diagnostics to make sure everything is A-okay. Right, Jake. I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is one of the plasma pistols is not working. Don't ask me why, but we are too far out to just go back and get another one. I think it's the damper coil. The good news is that the other pistol is still working. I am going to give you the choice. You can either leave it here with me, or you can take it. If you want it, it's right here. Your helmet and suit all powered up. Everything is 5 by 5. We still can't get a reading from inside the ship. I can tell she has no power because the lights are off. There doesn't look like there's any external damage. Well, let's get started. When you're ready. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to.
Alright, let's get this thing mobile. And so taking a look around, this time we get to choose if we want the plasma pistol, to which I will say hell yes, because the plasma, it's so much better than the laser pistol. I don't even really know what else to say. It's really, really great.
I have 2 clips for the plasma pistol. It's not much, but it's something.
Like, it just hits so much harder than the laser pistol. So for example, in the previous episode we had run across some bad guys. I'm just going to talk over this guy because he's not going to say anything important.
The airlock is activated.
But anyways, we had problems with the laser pistol like not being any good the last time we played the game, and that's a big problem. I mean, when you start out with the plasma pistol in this game, it's a huge boon, and when you don't get it, you're basically guaranteed to play the hard mode. And so with the plasma pistol, we actually run a much better chance of surviving. We can one-shot zombies with it. We can do all kinds of cool things with the plasma pistol. If we can get the plasma rifle, it'll be even better. There's a laser pistol, a laser rifle, a plasma pistol, a plasma rifle, and those are the only guns that I've seen so far. However, I have seen other guns laying around that I couldn't get to that had different models. So I'm not really sure what guns are in the game in entirety. I just know about 3 or 4 of them that I've actually personally used. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's get this thing done. We're probably going to die anyway, so we might as well make this quick.
Step onto the ramp and let's get this show on the road.
I mean, get this show on the rail. I mean, we're on a rail right now. I don't want to nitpick, I'm just saying.
Right, you know the drill. This is like our 12th time out now. Our first job is to get the ship up and running. Then we can retrieve some logs and try to gather as much info as we can. Then we can get the fuck out of here and be on our way home. If shit hits the fan, you know what to do. Get back here. To be honest, that ship gives me the creeps. And I don't get a good feeling about this one, Jake.
He says as we still go ahead with the mission.
Remember, we're expendable. We should know that by now. No unnecessary risks. We do the job, we go home and get paid.
Yeah, I hope the paycheck's huge, because I'm going to be demanding some serious hazard pay for this. Just throwing it out there. So oxygen's looking 94, okay. Our light has got 59 minutes. I think we're pretty well set. Hopefully we don't end up running through the darkness too much. I am going to pick up the laser pistol just in case. You can bypass that entire sub-story if you really want to, but it never hurts to have an extra gun just in case my spray and pray habits happen to get us into trouble with the natives, so. It's like the world's slowest rail.
You're there. Step off the ramp and move towards the door.
We're in 0G. Couldn't I just tie off and like jump over to here or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm just oversimplifying it. Okay.
You're done. Everything is 5 by 5. Proceed when you are ready.
Oh hell, I'm floating. Like, sometimes, I don't know, I just lost gravity right there. Like, my boots just stopped working. I don't know. This game has lots of weird quirks. Like, so I didn't press jump or anything like that. I just floated off the ceiling or something. I'm not sure. Sometimes this game worries me. Let's find out what storyline we've got.
Right. You're in, bro. Now don't forget, if we lose contact, make it straight back here, and don't forget to keep an eye on your oxygen level. Don't take your helmet off for any reason. We don't know what happened, and I want you back here alive, with no diseases. Right. That's the outer door sealed again. Activating inner door.
Yeah, on that no diseases front, I've got bad news, pal. You know that weekend we spent in Narshada? I may have picked up a itchy encumbrance.
What the? Power coming online? Gravity coming online?
Oh, hell.
Somebody just started up the ship. Be careful. You are not alone.
Okay,
Go
so
to deck 2, operations.
we got
That's
the
where
same...
Command HQ is located. And be careful.
Alright, so we got ourselves the same thing that we got last time, where the energy was on. Now, if you want to know what variations there could be, so we can come in here and there will be no gravity and there will be no oxygen, and we have to walk all the way down there with our magnetic boots. We have to flip this switch. We might have to go down to the bottom deck and turn on one of the reactors. Essentially, I think the game uses kind of branch logic where it has 4 or 5 storylines. If you envision the storylines as like lines, literal lines sitting parallel to one another, I think how the game... What the hell is happening here? Oh, I'm stepping on a helmet. The game doesn't like it when you step on objects. So anyways, if you imagine the storyline as lines that are running parallel to each other, like 5 or 6 of them, and then you imagine that every time you get to like a junction in those storylines, you can swap in between them, I think that's how the game's storyline is arranged. Because sometimes you'll start with one storyline and you'll end up on like the 4th or 5th one, and then you'll bounce back to the 2nd one before you get halfway through the game. And so I think they've assembled kind of these concurrent storylines that can alternate in between one another just to kind of throw random events around. Now the cargo hold I'm exploring this time. We've got a better gun, and so I'm not quite so terrified about wandering around on the ship. We didn't get the oxygen option, although we'll find out about that once we go up to operations and whether we find out if Azmi is okay or if Azmi has found herself to be shot multiple times. Now, I've never gone down this way. I don't think I've ever once rescue team this way. I'm not sure that I trust that. This doesn't look like stairs. This looks like a giant door. A giant unfriendly door that won't open for my advances. Well, fine then. I didn't want to hang out with you anyways. Door? You Dory door you? What's down this way? I mean, it says rescue team come this way, so I'm the rescue team. Let's get this thing on the road. What could possibly go wrong by following a queue like that? I mean, honestly, who would ever set a trap for me?
Make your way to operations and head for deck 2.
Only a few of us left now. We are going to deck 6 in personnel. Help us. Rescue team this way. Okay, well, I guess maybe none of these doors actually work. Or maybe they're saved for later, just in case we find ourselves a storyline. Either way, it's nice to take note of that. I mean, it appears as though this door might be important later on. The game is making creaky sounds at me, and whenever the ship creaks at me, I feel like, in observation of its power, I should probably stop talking and just let it speak, because it gets annoyed when you cut it off. It really, really does. I'll be like, ship?
You need to head to operations.
I realize that, Dave. I realize that. I'm trying to get there. I'm using up my oxygen by running. How about that? I am actively cutting my lifeline in order to convenience you. Does that make you feel better, Dave? I hope so, Dave. I hate you, Dave. Let's go. His name is Dave, I think. I think his name is like Dave something, rather. Azmi brings it up if you have that storyline. Azmi talks mad shit about Dave. Azmi and Dave are not friends. At least the storyline that I got, they aren't friends. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe that can go a different direction. The developer has said that it's hard to pick through the marketing speak, but he said that there are like hundreds of hours of dialogue in this game that you can just like run through and just random stuff happens. I mean, and I've yet to have a run that went the same as the previous one, and I think this is my 5th or 6th run now. Obviously, you can see that I'm not very... Oh, that's the outer airlock. I was going to say, that door's never been open. Yes, it has. It has the floppy dead body next to it. Looks like somebody ordered pizza before they died. At least they went out happy. That is a heavy-duty pizza box. I'll tell you what. Somebody was worried about that pizza. They wanted to make that pizza. They wanted to make sure that pizza got from point A to point B. Probably their mouth without being destroyed. And there's a lot of pizzas around here. I guess they just had like a killer final pizza party. Oh, never mind. It's either a wrench pizza or it's a wrench case. Operations.
I'm activating the hydraulics now.
Okay, so let's go to operations. It always starts out a little bit like this.
Compartment is pressurizing. Hang on.
Like, I think at some point you actually get to go in between the sections of the ship. I've never lasted more than an hour and a half or so, so I don't know. But this map right here...
Operations section of the ship. This is where all the main ship systems are. For things like the bridge, medical, command HQ, stasis, armory, and the hangar.
Also, the elevator. And also these red cables. We only have these in operation. Nobody else has giant red cables. It's like an exclusive. It's like buying a game for the Xbox. It's an exclusive. It's a first-party thing. You have to have... I mean, you can't get this anywhere else. Now, we want to go get Johan's pistol because it seems like a decent idea. So let me run on over here. We've done this before. We're going to go get the laser pistol. And hopefully we don't get the annoying event that's over here that's kind of bugged. There's an event that can sometimes happen when you get the laser pistol that's like super buggy and it doesn't work very well, and I hate it when it comes up because it means I have to make edits and that I have to cut because it'll be a giant waste of our time together. And I value our time together, and so I don't want to waste it. I want to make sure that when we have time together, we're running, we're skipping through fields with like flowers and aliens and laser guns and bloody dripping ceilings, and it definitely seems like an HIV risk. I'm just saying. I'm not trying. I have open wounds right now. I probably should have disclosed that before I got on the ship, but seriously.
A working laser pistol. Great. Just what the doctor ordered.
What doctor would order a laser pistol? You're like, sir, you have serious problems. You have lesions opening up. You have a very, very serious burn on your torso. But I know just what to do. Here's a laser pistol. It'll fix it right up. Like for what, blowing my own brains out? Like, this seems like... Oh, hell.
What the fuck happened then? What was that noise? Jake, are you alright? Whatever it was blocked the door. Look around for a weapon so you can get out of there.
Damn it. So we got the event. Like, this is super buggy, like, ridiculously buggy. So I think what they wanted to happen was when this occurs, you're supposed to be able to, like, shoot the crates and it, like, blows everything out of the way or something. But it doesn't quite work like that, and so you end up just sort of climbing over objects that don't want to be climbed over. Oh, it worked. I was able to climb out. Okay. Like last time I was here, I got stuck here for like 10 minutes walking against a wall trying to get out. And so it didn't bug out this time. I'm happy. I'm pleased. Should we check the other storeroom? Let's check the other storeroom just in case we need to buy something. Oh, you see what I did there? Oh, even in the line of fire, I still got jokes. I still got jokesies for you. Still got jokesies.
That's one of the storerooms.
I hate this room. Like all the bodies inside the freezer. This room creeps me out. Every time, it creeps me out. You know what, Barrel? I blame you. Die! Oh my god, you were the worst laser pistol ever. It's already explosive. It's done half the labor for you chemically. And you still can't blow it up. I don't know why I bring you anywhere, laser pistol. Plasma pistol would have got the job done properly. But that's because I can trust don't let them corner you. I thought it said don't let them murder you, and I was like, yeah, that seems pretty obvious, actually. I mean, normally I just allow people to murder me. It just seems like a good idea, but in this case, I'm glad you brought it up, because now that it's been brought to my attention, I feel like I should probably change my evil ways and fight back or something. Alright, let's go have a look around ops. I swear to God, I hate this ship so much. This ship makes me sad, because it's always trying to kill me. Like, why can't it just be friends? It's got to be writing stuff on the walls in blood and being all scary. Watch out for the little ones. I hate those big charging ones the most. So I guess we'll go to the stairs. We got the pistol. We've got to go to somewhere.
ASME is located in Command HQ, which is on Deck 2, Operations.
So it seems like the game has very solid things that always happen. Like, for example, you always come here, you always get the laser pistol, and you always go check ASME. But after ASME, when you board the ship, you have like a number of things that can happen. When you go to ASME, there's a couple things that can happen. And so it seems like I said, you've got these linearities, and there's junctions at each one.
I'm activating the hydraulics now.
Where like a number of things can happen, and you're never quite sure what you're going to get.
Compartment is
Kind of a Gumpian situation, I guess. But we ain't sitting on no park bench. We're in the middle of a hellish ship. In space.
I don't want to freak you out, Jake, but someone just opened the door to personnel.
Well, consider your job done. I am freaked out. Somebody just opened the door to personnel. Damn it. Where is personnel? Oh, you know something's gonna jump out. Asmi's broken. I can see it from the reflection right here.
Asmi is totally screwed. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Right. I've just managed to get most of the doors back online. There are still a number of sections which are locked down. But without Asmi, there are certain areas of the ship we can't access. Let's proceed with our first objective. We need to get your oxygen topped up. According to the schematics, the maintenance section is on Deck 7 in operation. There you will find 2 O2 replenishment systems. If they're working, you will have a permanent source of O2 while on board. So head down to Deck 7 in operation, and let's see if the O2 replenishment systems are working.
Okay, let's check the armory door. Armory door continues to be sealed. Unfortunately, when you don't get Asmi, it means that it locks you out of the armory. And so if you get Asmi, you get to go into the armory and you get really, really good guns. If you don't get Asmi, it's kind of like not getting the laser pistol. It's just kind of an extra shaving of turds on your ice cream, I suppose. So I guess we will... Shaving of turds on your pickle-flavored ice cream? I mean, it already sucks. We should check out the firing range and make sure that there's nothing over here, because every now and again there's a gun in the firing range. So I'm gonna go take a look. Damn, it's dark back here. Dude has the noisiest footsteps ever. And I suppose it's like the steel-plated boots that he's wearing. Sometimes there's ammo in here, too. So yeah, there's a rocket launcher. Whole bunch of rifles. I know for a fact you just can't get into here, period, because they would never give you that many guns. But this one over here, I'm not so convinced. I actually think that that's a pick-upable item right there that you can get your hands on. Let's just make sure that we check everything before we go any further. I like how they have, like, I don't know, they've got, like, Red Cross symbols on the backs of this terminal, so I can only assume that they've put a medical center right next to the firing range, which doesn't speak well as to the acuity of their participants. Like, God, go to the firing range. Shot my wiener off. Been here for 5 minutes, I've already had a catastrophic failure. Apparently, I rolled a 1, and that's just what happens. That was always the worst in D&D, when you try to do something complicated, then you roll a 1 right after, and you're like, damn. I suppose we can go down to engineering. Damn, I hate that noise. Everything about this ship is just unnatural. They've done a great job at creating a game with ambiance. For all of its bugs and all of its weird polish issues, they've still made a game that creeps me out. I mean, it legitimately creeps me the hell out.
Head down the stairs. Deck 7 is at the bottom of the ship. Carefully. I can't get the motion sensors up and running, so stay frosty and keep your eyes peeled.
Medical seems like a death trap. Every time I go there, I die. I would say 3 out of my 4 deaths have been on medical, and so I think if we want to keep ourselves actually safe, we should probably never go to medical ever, unless we're probably going to die anyways, and we have to find ourselves like a med kit. Engineering should be the next one down. Alright, we're good. Let's do this thing. Now we have no idea what's going to be in this room when we step in.
Look around for the replen system.
But you want to listen for auditory clues. There it is. You want to listen for auditory clues because the enemy makes noises while it walks around. Oh, hell. No, not the laser pistol. There we go. That actually didn't appear to be any more efficient than the laser pistol. I'm feeling a little bit guilty right now that I wasted all that ammo. Maybe the weapons are good versus different enemies. I know for a fact the replo system is over here. And so we are going to make for it. I'm actually going to try not to explore in this game. I'm going to do something different than what I normally do. And I'm just going to spend all of my time not exploring. Okay, so let's line up with the replo system. We'll get ourselves all nice and gassed back up with O2 gas, which is quite different from the gas that I typically find imbued in myself. Well, I suppose I have O2 in me at all times, but...
This is the oxygen replenishment system.
Okay, so this one's online.
Oxygen replenished. Alright, let's head up to the bridge on deck 1. See if we can access the captain's logs and find out what happened here. The bridge is on deck 1, in operation.
Okay, so it sounds like we've got the basic variation that we had last time, where they want us to go up to the... So essentially, the two storylines that I've seen so far, they revolve around two different directions, and that's the dead body right there. I was gonna say, why is that one all pink and bulbous? That's a dead body, though. Never mind. So the storylines tend to either revolve around technical problems or trying to find the captain. Those are the two main motifs that I've seen in the storyline. We've gotten the captain both times, but there are other storylines. So for example, one time when I boarded the ship, we had to turn on a whole bunch of reactors before we could do anything because all the lights are out and all the oxygen's out and all the gravity's out. It's just like, what are you gonna do? Sometimes like half the systems are online, so you have to go to like one terminal and get it done. Sometimes all the systems are online like we got this time. But no matter what, I think I'm going to go ahead and break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in another episode of Ghostship Aftermath. I do enjoy this game quite a bit, and I find myself to be playing it a lot in my free time for all of its weird little bugs. It's kind of like a B-movie. It's got problems, but you love it nonetheless. I can't help it. I don't know. I just don't know. The game has a lot of detractors, but I'm not one of them. I'll see you all later. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi-do.